Heights against a legendary coach and a legendary program in St. Ignatius and head coach Chuck Kyle. Tonight it's the 10-1 Cleveland Heights Tigers against the 7-3 St. Ignatius Wildcats. The Wildcats are the 5 seed, the Tigers are the 4 seed. Hello and welcome to Crawford Field on the campus of Cleveland Heights High School alongside longtime multi-sport head coach Mark Perfolia. I'm Andy Baskin. These two teams meeting tonight, and it's absolutely gorgeous outside.
Absolutely gorgeous night tonight, Andy. 65 degrees, clear, warm, a great night for two good football teams, two great coaches.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing night here tonight, especially because when you take into consideration the history of St. Ignatius and Chuck Kyle and the journey that he's been on. I mean, it's been an amazing season and an amazing ride for him all the way through when you consider the fact that he's retiring at the end of the season. He's got a Netflix crew that's been following him around all year to do a documentary.
Football fans, the time is
we'll
now.
Talk about that throughout the game tonight.
Number 5, St. Ignatius Wildcats. Number 4, Cleveland Heights Tigers.
Andy graduated from Cleveland Heights.
It's Friday night. Though the lights are shining bright, the corner of Cedar and Lee is the place to be. You already know it's game time. Are you ready?
In all of Northeast Ohio, and you will hear him loud and proud behind me all night. The kickoff is underway, and no surprise for St. Ignatius with their outstanding kicking tandem of James Collins to be able to put it into the end zone.
Gonna be a 1st and 10.
All right, Furf, what do you think we're gonna see here? Heights gets the ball to start things off. They've got their triple option, so it could be a lot of fun watching this offense. I mean, so many time again, they've been able to put 40, 50, even 60. They were up 70 last week on Elyria.
Serious offense with a lot of speed, able to get to the corner very, very quickly.
And we'll get to know this offense quickly. Darian Fair is the quarterback. He'll hand it off and right up the middle. Owen Bisker. We'll hear a lot of Bisker's name. Here's a kid that's looking at maybe perhaps going to a very good Division III school. I know Case Western's on his radar, so Owen Bisker gets that first carry. He'll pick up 2 yards as Heights starts now. 2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Heights wearing their dark black and gold uniform, St. Ignatius in their traditional white uniforms with the yellow pants. Heights again, tries to go up the middle this time, and they do, and they'll break, and Heights is out to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Look at this, wow! Heights takes the ball all the way down to the St. Ignatius 21-yard line.
Excellent run, they broke through the 2nd level.
When the quarterback can get through like that on a quarterback keeper, and then they'll go right back up to the line. So look at that, they move the ball down the field half in just 2 plays. Heights will come back, they'll take it around the outside, and out of bounds.
And
wow, what a start.
That play right there is what we heard from the Cleveland Heights staff before the game. Number one, great running back, very, very quick, able to get to the corner incredibly quickly.
Davis Marquis on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as he's knocked out of bounds.
Ignatius giving them a 4-4 look, anticipating that Cleveland Heights will run the football most of the night.
So Davis Marquis with the carry for Cleveland Heights. He's a sophomore. Again, no pickup on that, but that moves the ball down to the 16-yard line. So no score, just underway, 10:46 to go here in the 1st quarter.
We also may see Ignatius jump into the old Chicago Bear 4-6 look here occasionally against this running attack.
Bisker in the backfield. Heights in motion. And Fair's got nowhere to go on this. So this time, the Wildcats are able to strike and strike quick.
Tackled by the Wildcats, number 95, Eugene.
Like you said, they're expecting the run, so they gave him a few more people inside the box to combat that run.
For the Tigers.
Eugene Gibbons on the tackle. He has 7 sacks on the year. That's another tackle for loss. So he's got 11, make it 12, or at least he had 11 during the regular season, I should say. 10 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. No score from Cleveland Heights High School. Fair on the keeper to the 20, the 15, down to the 10, inside the 10. Darian Fair, 31 touchdowns on the ground this year, 12 through the air. Boy, I don't. Do you think Ignatius is a little stunned by this first drive?
I think they are, and I think the ease at which Cleveland Heights has gotten to the corner, I think may very well say have surprised St. Ignatius.
Excuse me, Tigers. Sorry, Tigers. Tigers.
Uh-oh. It's tough when you're the PA announcer and you're getting heckled. He said Wildcats instead of Tigers. 9:40, the clock is rolling here. Heights up the middle, Bisker to the 4.
Picking by number 24, Owen
Bisker with 9 touchdowns on the season. Over 80 carries. Had a big game last week against Lorraine, has had plenty of big games all season long. We had a chance to catch him with his dad before the game. His last game at Cleveland Heights for sure at this stadium. Again, Heights the higher seed, therefore garnering the home game here in the second week of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. Clock rolling towards 9 minutes, second down 5. Heights knocking on the door. Big plays. This has been all Darian Fair on this drive. And he'll hand it off. Nothing doing on this one. Up. Did he get it down to? Help me. A little fuzzy down there. I didn't think he got. The triple option is extremely difficult sometimes.
Extremely hard to follow. Good ball handling by the quarterback.
Darian, it ain't fair.
So Darian Fair does keep it.
Down to the 1.
Third down and 1. What will the Iggy defense do here? Fair on the keeper. Fair into the end zone for the touchdown. Darian Fair orchestrated a great drive all the way down the field, and just like that, the Cleveland Heights Tigers are up 6-0.
That was a very, very impressive drive by Cleveland Heights, showing quickness, the ability to move inside as well as outside. Good ball handling by the quarterback. Really solid drive for Cleveland Heights.
For the Tigers.
Heights will come on and kick the extra point. Gabe McKay for the extra point. It's good. It's 7-0 Cleveland Heights. All right, Coach, what'd you think that first drive for the Tigers?
Incredibly impressed by the speed with which they got to the corners. Ignatius seems to be playing them to run a little bit more inside, and they beat the ends and the outside linebackers and got to the second level very, very quickly. You know, when you looked at who the two teams played this year, no common opponents. But when you looked at who they played, you just had to wonder, okay, Cleveland Heights played against a number of teams that might have been Division II opponents, but you can see here with their speed and their quickness, they are for real.
Well, they have the speed and they put up the numbers. If you go back and look throughout the season for Cleveland Heights entire, I mean, it was week in and week out. You'd see 40 points here. Again, last week they put 70 on the board in the first week of the playoffs. So Heights and Max Stevens have done a phenomenal job of getting this high-octane offense. We think back to a year ago when we called their last game against Medina. That'll be a squib kick to get things going after the kickoff. Wildcats get it. Look at this. Just right like that. Oh, all the way back. Look at him go.
You know,
wow.
Andy, I'm going to tell you, I told you this before. I watched St. Ignatius yesterday in practice. They spent over an hour on the kicking game, and you can see it right there.
Cody Haddad, what a run. Wow, the sophomore getting everything done, going the distance, and the Wildcats, who have an outstanding kicker, 2 outstanding kickers, will try to tie things up here. Thomas Kilbane, he was killing them in practice. Wow, that was fast. And just like that, it's 7-all. I don't think we're going to have time to breathe tonight, Coach.
You know, like I said yesterday, I talked to Coach Kyle about the amount of times he spent on special teams in their walkthrough yesterday. He said to me, we've won several games this year by the work that we put in on our special teams. There it is right there. They practiced going against the squib kick yesterday.
It'll be interesting to see as
I know you don't want to lose that good seat.
I mean, he got a good cut as he went through the middle of the field, and then there was no one even close to catch him on that play.
We got nachos. We got candy.
Excellent.
We got
They blocked it well. He had an excellent seam right up the middle of the field. He read it, got right up in there and went.
We got those all.
Wow. I mean, we're barely 4 minutes into the game. We've already had 2 touchdowns. This is amazing.
You know, when you get scored on a nice drive like Ignatius did by Heights, you have to answer.
Right.
And they came back and answered immediately.
James Collins.
Here we go again. James Collins. First time he put it into the end zone. Let's see what he does this time.
For the Tigers, number 5, John.
This one's a little short. Heights with a chance with a return, and they have the return. And nothing doing on that one. Ignatius coming up with the tackle. John Letzitz.
Tigers, number 8, Perez Lemon.
Perez Lemon was the returner for the Tigers on that play. Nice play. So now Heights will have to do it again. They'll put together and try to establish a drive. Boy, I got to tell you, if you're Ignatius and you're sitting out and you're saying, you're John Papp, a couple passes or maybe even hand the ball off. Haddad took care of business for you.
25-yard line.
Try to slow the game down if you're Heights here, or what do you do? I don't think that's Heights' game, though.
No, but Ignatius showing him a little bit different look up front again.
Hand up off the middle, or up the middle, on first down and 10. 7:52 to go in the first quarter.
Essentially a 6-man look up front, covered some gaps. I watched them do this yesterday at practice. Again, quickness of Heights. They're going to force Heights to try to go outside.
Second down 9, 7:30 to go in the first quarter here from the corner of Cedar and Lee. A beautiful night here, just absolutely gorgeous. Single back for the Tigers. On the keeper, Fair. He'll pick up about 5. Fair with 122 carries, 1,400 yards. Patrick Cooney, the junior outside linebacker, makes the tackle. Some really good stories, especially when you think about, watch Owen Bisker here for Cleveland Heights. He played youth ball with a couple of these guys from Ignatius. Max Ritt, one of those guys. It's just kind of neat when you see stories like that. Will Robinson, highly recruited guy from St. Ignatius. All 3 of those guys grew up in Cleveland Heights, and so now they get a chance to play in the playoffs against each other. They played Muni football together, and now they get a chance to play. And I do think that's the beauty of a game like this.
It's a special evening, I'm sure, for them.
Fair under center again. He'll hang out, he'll pitch. Davis Marquis, he breaks a tackle. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 25, 20, and he is in for a Tiger touchdown. Wow! Again, I'm blown away by the start to this game. Absolutely blown away.
We're 5 minutes into the game, and we've already had 20 points scored against 2 great football teams.
Marquise Davis, remember the name. Marquise Davis, wow. Kick is up and good.
The kick is up. The kick is good. Your new score.
I might need oxygen by the end of the second quarter.
Well, we said at the beginning of the game how quick Heights was able to get to the outside. And they've certainly showed it here in the first quarter. The first 2 possessions.
Gabe McKay, 2 for 2.
6:14 to go in the first quarter, and it's already 14-7 Cleveland Heights.
I mean, right there, you're talking 75 yards in just 3 plays. That's a pretty effective drive.
21 points, and we haven't even seen the St. Ignatius offense yet. You like coaching games like this? Or you have a heart attack?
If you're on offense.
Yeah.
If you're defensive, you're starting to think right now, okay, what am I going to have to do? What type of different look am I going to have to give them to try to slow them down?
All right, let's see what Cody Haddad has this time. He said, we don't need no stinking quarterback. I'll just take them all back. Max Ritt is the other guy we're talking about, number 16, so he's at the top of the screen. And it's a little bit of a squib. It'll fall short about the 31-yard line.
Ball received by the Wildcats,
that's
number
where
3,
Christopher Reale
Christopher Reale.
So Reale, we'll see him back on offense here in a second.
1st and 10.
He's a wide receiver.
The Wildcats.
Chuck Kyle's offense coming out now, run by Josh Pappas. 10 games during the regular season, 112 completions, 180 attempts, 8 interceptions. Threw for a little over 1,200 yards during the regular season with 10 touchdowns. What are we going to see out of this Ignatius offense, Coach?
He matured a lot. They'll run a lot of, they'll throw the ball quite a bit. He matured a lot, got much more accurate as the season went on.
Merrimee, number 9, in motion. Pappas looking, and look at that. Merrimee right there. He's at the 35. He makes the catch to the 30, and he'll be dragged out of bounds at the 22-yard line. I'm out of breath. Nice catch by Merrimee.
They have a very effective passing attack. The quarterback has a solid arm. He put that ball right where it needed to be, on the outside shoulder. So if it wasn't going to be right there, nobody else would be able to get it.
Was completed by number 14, Joshua Pappas.
And again, Coach Kyle mentioned yesterday that Pappas has gotten better every game this year.
Let's discuss why.
Every game.
Yeah, let's discuss why here in a moment after we get through this play. 5:58 to go, first quarter. First down and 10 from the 21. Ignatius with the ball. Second round of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. Merrimee in motion again. This time they'll hand the ball off.
A little bit of a delayed draw there. Offensive linemen did a nice job fanning their blocks outside to give them the lane inside.
Sean Martin is the go-to guy, and he had the carry right there. Pickup of 3. 5:24 to go, first quarter. During the regular season, 6 touchdowns for him. His longest run was 20. Boy, the only thing slowing this thing down are the referees just saying, hey, I got to spot the ball.
Ignatius showing a throwing formation again here. Trips to the long side of the field.
Justin Bigham checking in. He is a big guy. 54 for Heights. And we have our first flag in the game. We called Hudson Solon last week. We didn't see hardly any flags in that game.
No.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Great crowd here tonight, Andy, at Cleveland Heights. Sold out game to see 2 super football teams.
Jeffrey Abshire is our referee for tonight's game. St. Ignatius with the ball again on the 13. Pappas in the shotgun. He'll go to Martin. Martin around the outside, nothing doing. Heights' defense is there, and there to stand him up.
Heights' defense did a nice job of holding their ground at the line of scrimmage. Filled the gaps, really gave him nowhere to go. He tried to stutter and look for a hole, there was nothing there.
Sean Sims, he's got all the Ivy League, he's got almost all the Ivy League schools looking at him. Dartmouth, Harvard, Penn, Colgate. That's another tackle for loss. He has 7.5 on the season, so that'll make it 8. Ignatius again. This pass is complete and fumbled. We've got fumble, but Ignatius is able to get the ball. Boy, that was close.
Fumble, and they'll get a first down out of it.
Brandon Webster, that's why you're a captain, right? That's why you're able to be a ball hawk when your teammate catches it, ends up losing it, and Webster was there to recover the fumble. Webster looked to check out and then check back in.
Nice job defensively by Heights, trying to strip the ball.
That tackle was by the Tigers, number 11.
Boy, that's almost in the same spot last year where Heights had a scoop and score to win their first ever playoff game here at Cleveland Heights. That was last year. Papish again, 14. He'll hand it off. Up the middle, almost to the end zone. We have a lost helmet.
Look at the surge by the offensive line.
Touchdown!
Well, that was absolute second effort.
Wildcats.
He was actually met, Andy, at the 5-yard line, and he just bulled his way into the end zone.
That touchdown was a run-in by number 16, Colin Moody.
Looks like we better get the calculators out tonight.
So I'm thinking that was Max Ritt that got in the end zone. Ignatius has 2 number 16s.
The kick is up. The kick is good.
So now it's tied, 14-all, just like that.
Well,
Ignatius.
football fans, this game is living up to the hype. St. Ignatius Wildcats 14, Cleveland Heights Tigers 14.
Darian Fair started off the scoring.
Quarter.
He had a huge run on the first drive, 50 yards plus for Cleveland Heights, and that made it 7-0. Then Cody Haddad came right back, 80 yards plus, and he tied things up just one play later at 7 apiece. Marquise Davis would then go in for the next score to make it 14-7 Cleveland Heights. And then Max Ritt was able to go in and score the touchdown, 14-all. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter.
This could be like a tennis match. Who's going to break serve first?
I don't know. If you love football, then that's your right score.
Number 5, John Gordon, and number 8, Perez Lima.
Lemon and Gordon back to receive. Collins with another monster kick. He'll be kicking on Saturdays.
No
There's
question.
no question about that. 6-foot junior kicker. I got to tell you, Coach, it's been fun. You know, and we haven't even had a chance. You know, we talked about this, that you graduated and played football with Chico.
Yes.
At St. Ignatius, and really haven't had a chance to. I know you had a chance to catch up with him yesterday. How was it?
I did, and it was outstanding, Andy. I got to tell you, watching his practice, watching the discipline, watching the things they did yesterday, the organization, there's no question why he's a legendary coach in the city of Cleveland. Everything focused on the small little things at practice, and that's what makes you successful.
Yeah, you know, I had a lot of time to cover him doing local news, and I was always impressed with just how easy it was to talk to him. A lot of coaches are uptight, they get, you know, angry, or they get upset, or you try to do an interview after a practice, or you want to, you know, especially in my position, I was about highlighting and let's tell good stories, you know. And Chuck is always a good story, and I was always impressed, like, when we would talk, it was always more than football, and how much great pride he took in teaching his classes as well. And that's the most impressive thing. And then, you know, I had a chance to work with his daughter Maureen for a little bit at Channel 3. I think we worked together for a little bit, and or at least we've been in the business enough together. She's first class, awesome family. Just always appreciated when I was covering St. Ignatius. He just made things easy, and he made you feel comfortable, and he always wanted to, you know, take care of you when you're in the media. And he knew, you know, hey, it's always good news for St. Ignatius if we're coming out to talk about the football team.
Yep.
2:50 to go here in the first quarter. We are tied up at 14. Heights with the ball. Bisker will block. And Heights will move the ball for the quarterback, Darian Fair. Again, Fair's going to eat up a lot of yards on the ground. We saw that on the first drive. And now the clock is kicking down towards 2:30 here in the first quarter.
His ball handling is outstanding. He actually read that right into the hole and then kept it. Nice job by the quarterback.
I know we have a lot of folks watching on Spectrum Stream. I'll keep you up to date on down and distance and the time.
First to the scene with the Wildcats, number 52.
Bisker on the carry again.
Greg Hansen. That run was by number 24, Owen Bisker. Tiger Nation makes some noise. It's third down.
Greg Hansen on the stop there. 1:47 to go, first quarter, 3rd down and 1. Heights legal motion, offside, second flag of the game. You know, again, last week I think a lot of people get caught when they're watching high school games this year.
False start. Offense.
False
number
start on
13.
the offense.
5-yard
But
penalty.
The
Third down.
beanbag they throw on what would be a turnover is orange, and I think a lot of people it catches their eye. I remember going back to August, the first week of the season. I was like, wait, is that a flag? No, it's not a flag. So I don't know if you haven't watched a lot of high school games this year. That's one of the things that might just catch your eye, especially on a turnover, that the officials are doing that. Pass, first one for Heights, and a catch.
Nice catch.
And a run. Marquis Davis again.
Pass completed by number
Tell you,
one,
Andy,
Marquis.
not only was the catch impressive, the 10 yards after the catch was impressive. Caught the ball, pulled it down, turned back to the inside, and beat the defensive back to the inside.
1:17 to go.
First
quarter, first down and 10, ball on the 46-yard line. Tigers will run the ball again, come to the near side, turn the corner, and look at this. Nothing but open space for John Gordon. 46-yard touchdown run for John Gordon.
Give all the credit right there to the lead blockers from Cleveland Heights. They literally got to the end, engaged the corner and the defensive end, and gave him all the room he needed to get to the end zone.
57 seconds to go in the first
Was
quarter.
by number 5, John Gordon.
Gordon, the holder on the kicks, too, so he's got to be out of breath. It'll be interesting to watch this.
Back to kick.
No problem. Got it up and good. You don't ever think about that. How often do we see that?
37 gauge.
Not very often. That was outstanding.
A long run, and then you got to be the holder.
Your new first quarter score.
21-14. Wow.
Wildcats of St. Ignatius 14. Your Cleveland Heights Tigers 21. Tiger Nation and Wildcat fans,
Say something.
make sure you experience
All right, it's
the
21-14.
juiciest hot dogs
Cleveland
in
Heights.
Northeast Ohio.
57 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Make sure you try
you like
one of
offense,
those all
you have
beef
found the right
juicy
place.
Tagadog.
Friday nights are for high school
No
football.
matter
From the regular
what, this
season
is
to the
the
playoffs
last
and all the way to
time
the
you
state
will get a
championships.
Tiger Dog
Spectrum
on
News 1
Friday
is the
night.
place. Spectrum News 1, your
See you
television
later.
home for high school sports. Heights set to kick off here. And just a soft little kick up in the air. Christopher Reale has it. And he'll get dragged down. I think forward progress will take him to the 35.
That tackle by number 8, Perez Love. That ball was received by the Wildcats. Number
Russ
8.
Lemon was the guy on the tackle.
They'll have good field position, not bad field position at the
Reale.
35.
Actually, the 40.
Correction on the tackle, it was number 6 for the Tigers.
Yeah, the ball's on the 35.
Emmanuel
50 seconds to go.
Austin. First and 10 for the Wildcats.
50 seconds again to go here in the first quarter.
Less than 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Less
St.
than 1 minute
Ignatius
remaining in
on
the
the
first
carry.
quarter.
As they'll run the ball right
That
up the gut.
tackle was by number
Sean
44, Mikai Webb. That run was by number 25, Sean Martin.
29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Second down 5 for the Wildcats. Ball
Second
on the
down
40.
for the Wildcats.
Laramie in motion. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Pappas drops back. He'll scramble towards the far sideline. He'll hit the corner. 45, 50, 45, and into Tiger territory. Knocked out at the 41-yard line.
Joshua Pappas.
Both offenses are having their way right now.
21-14 in favor of Cleveland Heights after that last
First
46-yard touchdown run.
Wildcats.
What a quarter. 5 seconds to go here in the quarter. 35 points in the first quarter. This has not been a defensive gem.
No.
It's all right. I love the offense.
And yet both teams have done it differently. Cleveland Heights on the ground, Ignatius in the air.
And we have a flag.
Timeout.
Oh, timeout.
St.
Sorry.
Ignatius. That's your first timeout.
Somebody threw something on the St. Ignatius sidelines. Down by the 49. Looked like a flag. All right, Coach.
Wow.
In 30 seconds or left, summarize the first quarter.
Speed.
Speed.
Speed. Cleveland Heights'
Football
speed
fans,
running the football
again, this
is
is
just
a
outstanding.
tournament matchup. We all
Their
know
quickness
that.
getting
The
into
winner
the
of
second
this
level has
game
been
will face
outstanding.
the winner of
St. Ignatius
number 1 seed
through the air.
St. Edwards
Good quarterback.
versus
Nice
number
delivering
8
the football.
seed
And their special
Natalie
teams.
Jackson.
5 seconds to go here in
Also
the first
playing
quarter.
tonight,
Again,
the
timeout, St.
Medina
Ignatius.
Bees and Wadsworth
That's their
Grizzlies
first.
and the Minor Cardinals and Kent McKinley.
Following tonight's game, make sure you tune in to Spectrum News 1 for High School Blitz. Brett Hildebrand, Matt DeRazzo, and Antonio Pittman. My man Antonio. You know he's a firefighter too.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he's a super guy. They'll run down who advanced and who will be in next week's matchups and what it looks like on the road to Canton. It's all on Spectrum News 1, your home for high school sports. Pappish back, and he'll find a receiver and get the ball down to the Heights 35-yard line. That's Baramy.
Wildcats, number 9, Jonathan Baramy.
You know, they're going to come back to that because they had a combination cut by the two receivers here in front of us. Three defensive backs bid on the cut to the inside, and the guy breaking to the outside was all alone. I'll see them come back to that.
21-14. They'll put a fresh 12 back up on the scoreboard.
Your first quarter score, St. Ignatius Wildcats 14, your Cleveland Heights
42-28 at the break.
Tigers 21.
I mean,
Wow.
when we talked about Heights being able to score, we weren't kidding, and they were able to do it, and there were question marks about that because we had talked about that against the teams they had played against along the road to getting to this second round of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Region 1, Division 1.
That was the question mark.
Yeah.
But yet they've shown it right now.
Don't wait till halftime.
Both teams as advertised.
We also
though.
got nachos.
So, I mean, we can go through what Heights was able to do. They started the season against Brunswick. They put 43 on the points there, or 43 points on the board in that game. Fair had 122 yards on the ground in that one. They came back the next week against Garfield Heights. LEL battle. By the way, they haven't lost an LEL game in 4 years, and that's why they're switching conferences next year. Probably a big reason. So they'll go to the Greater Cleveland Conference next year. So Heights will have challenges for them next season. Independent, or the Ignatius will continue. Independent and a sack.
Great play by the defensive end.
By number 33, A-Shot. I packed my lunch.
I thought we were at a soccer game.
Well,
for a
I thought
second
I'd let
there.
you enjoy that for a second. A-Shot Sims with the tackle.
Nice job getting to the quarterback there.
Third down for
Third
the
down and
Wildcats.
13. 11:21 to go in the first half. Baramy again in motion. He'll be in motion all night. Pappish sets back the pass. And a screen and a fumble. No, incomplete pass. He had it for a brief moment.
Sean Martin. Incomplete.
That'll bring up fourth down.
Tiger Nation.
And I got to tell you, St. Ignatius does not lack in the kicking game. Their place kicker, Collins, Kilbane, these guys can kick. Collins averaging 32 yards per punt. And Cleveland Heights will get the ball.
So Andy, when you look at Ignatius' defense in the last couple of drives,
First and 10.
obviously they gave him they gave him a six-man front,
Yep.
which puts a lot of pressure on their inside backers to try to get to the corner. And with the quickness that Heights has to try to get to the corner, that can be a problem. In that 40 look, they gave a 6-man look up front.
$11 even, second quarter. Gordon will stop behind the quarterback Fair. He'll look back to the bench, see what Max Stevens is going to call here.
Take a look at their alignment defensively as well. They're leaving a lot of space in the middle of the field. And that's right where Cleveland Heights, Heights is faking and trying to run.
That'll move the ball to the 34-yard line.
Number 35. Max Polinsky.
Max Polinsky on the tackle, 6'1", senior, 220. 22 tackles during the regular season, 2 fumble recoveries as well.
Second down for the Tigers.
10:33 to go. We've got a whistle. 10:32. They'll stop the clock. Second down 4 for Cleveland Heights. Second quarter here in Cleveland Heights. Gorgeous night. Winds are blowing to the north, right? As we take a look at the flags on the top of the goalpost. Slight little breeze. 10:20. Heights, look at this, breaking it right through the middle. From the 34 to the end zone. Darian Fair breaks it open again. Wow.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, you called it, Coach.
The defensive tackles and defensive ends are lining up outside. They left a huge gap in the middle of the line, and Heights just exploited it.
66 yard touchdown.
66 yards.
Plus,
I'm going to run out of ink too, Coach.
Plus, with that 6-man front, the outside linebackers are taking stance on the line of scrimmage, so there's no extra people at the second level.
Heights again, lines up for the extra point, and it's good. So it's 28-14. Cleveland Heights with 10:06 to go in the second quarter.
Your new score. Cleveland Heights.
Darian Fair's got to be close to 150, 170 yards here, and we are just 2 minutes into
28.
the second quarter. Unbelievable. I want to thank you all for watching on Spectrum Stream. We see you, and we're happy to have you on board. He's Mark Perfoli. I'm Andy Baskin.
I am just blown away by the quickness of Cleveland Heights.
So I started to talk a little bit earlier about the games that Cleveland Heights has played already. So they put 43 on Brunswick to start the season, 69 on Garfield, 21 on Benedictine, which was a super close game back on Saturday, September 3rd. That was a 22-21 game. They came right back against Akron Firestone, won 54-0, and then went on a rampage, scoring over 150 points over the next 3 weeks. They beat Lorraine 55-24, Strongsville 55-28, your kickoff, 39 against Bedford, 50 against Maple Heights. And St. Ignatius will get the ball at the 24-yard line.
That tackle was by number 7.
But I'll keep going. Against Maple Heights, they won by 20, 50-30. They played St. V's, and they lost that game. So that was their one loss of the season against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. 49-21 the final in that one. Perfect regular season as they bounce back against their arch rivals. And I got to tell you, anytime Cleveland Heights scores a lot of points against Shaker Heights, you know that that's pretty amazing. Heights put 70 on the board against the Red Raiders earlier this year. On October 21st, they put 70 on Lorraine. Back-to-back weeks, 140 coming into this over the last 2 weeks alone. St. Ignatius up the middle. That'll be a couple about 4 yards short of a first down.
You also look at what Cleveland Heights is doing to them defensively.
The Wildcats.
Ignatius likes to throw the football. Cleveland Heights is trying to look at their athletic ability and play a man-to-man against them and force them to run the football.
How are you adjusting? If you're Chuck Kyle, you're looking at this. How do you change that? How do you fix it? $9:30 to go here in the second quarter. 28-14 Cleveland Heights. Sean Martin, he'll be about 2 yards short. Pick up of about 3.
Martin. 2-yard gain. 3rd down for the Wildcats.
This is a critical play for Ignatius. Heights has already stopped them once. And now they've got to answer here. They have to answer.
You got a timeout on the field. It'll
Timeout
be
on the field.
3rd down and 2. 9:09 to go. 2nd quarter. Cleveland Heights up 28-14.
Correction.
With this offense of Cleveland Heights tonight, Ignatius almost has to answer every time, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself like they are right now, 2 scores behind, and a difficult opportunity to catch them.
9:03 to go here. 2nd quarter. Clock is running now. Out of the shotgun. Take his time. Handoff. Martin stuffed. Boy, the running game is really, really tough right now for St. Ignatius.
And again, like we said a minute ago, because they're playing man-to-man against receivers, right there, their receivers were all tighter to the football, so Cleveland Heights was able to put 7 or 8 people inside the box. It's going to be difficult to run that, especially on a delay.
4th down and 4, and that'll bring up a punt. John Gordon, the running back, will be the kick returner on this one.
In the backfield for the Tigers.
Fair will sometimes return punts. Oh, that goes up in the air. That's not a usual St. Ignatius punt, and it takes a Cleveland Heights bounce.
He may have gotten a piece of that.
We got all that one.
We'll get a chance to see. We've got a little bit of a replay here in the booth.
First
I don't know if he
10
got a
for
piece
the
of it or not, but
Tigers.
that's super unusual for any part of the Ignatius
Look at
kicking
those
game.
happy customers. They got themselves a Tiger down. I see you, brother. Enjoy.
8:04 to go. 2nd quarter. 28-14 Cleveland Heights.
There's nothing better than sharing a hot dog with your son. First and 10.
Heights,
for the
1st and 10.
Tigers.
All right, Ignatius has shifted into a little different look defensively here.
Yeah, look, if you look at the middle.
3 down linemen, they've walked an end off.
Yep. Gordon in motion. Gordon gets a pitch. 45, turns a corner, 40, and breaks through past the 35-yard line. Very close to a 1st down, but we have a flag on the play, and I believe it's going to go against Cleveland Heights.
So again, like we said a couple of minutes
Horse collar?
I'm not sure.
Let's see what he says.
Holding.
Oh, holding.
Offense. Number 13.
So what Ignatius did, they were in that 6-man line up front. Now they pulled some people off the line, put some extra people at the 2nd level to try to prevent them from getting to the corner, get a little extra help out there.
I'm still wondering if that punt was blocked. Coach, you'll get a chance to see that there in a second. 1st down.
Still
15.
1st down for the Tigers.
Fair under center. They'll stop the play, reset.
They've also brought their defensive linemen a little bit more inside the tackles now.
I wonder if it was just a mistake, or we'll find out with the correction. I'm scared not to watch a play because every time these teams touch the ball, this is a big drive, and you don't want to go down 21.
No, and I think Ignatius made a good adjustment here to try to tighten up their defensive line a little bit and give it a little bit more support to the outside area.
7:04 to go. 2nd quarter, 28-14 Cleveland Heights. 2nd down and 12 from the St. Ignatius 45-yard line. Well, they got that triple option. Look, 1 second you think it's Bisker, the next thing you think it's Fair.
Number 52.
And you saw what happened right there. They gained the first couple of yards. They're making the play now 3 to 4 yards downfield, which is better than 35.
Well, it'll definitely eat some clock here as
3rd
well.
down.
It's a big play for Ignatius defense to stop them for the first time
turn my
tonight.
mic up so they can feel this. It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 8.
Tiger Nation.
Cleveland Heights has not punted yet. Fair will keep it. He'll throw. Did he catch it? That's the question. Incomplete.
Pass intended to number 13.
Cleveland Heights hasn't had to throw. Jamal Miller was the intended receiver on that. So we will finally see a punt from Cleveland Heights.
First successful opportunity defensively for Ignatius tonight.
Big momentum swing there. I mean, you're talking about going down 20,
to tell you
going
it
down
wasn't fair.
21. Now you
Number
got a chance to
2,
cut it to 7.
Darian.
I mean, you talk about giant
Fair.
swing.
Flag on the field.
Dead ball.
Fair is the punter.
Ball start. Offense. Number 20. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
They'll push him back a little bit.
Whoa, whoa.
And he'll keep it.
Oh.
Fair's going. He's going up. He's at the 30, and he got the first down, and he ran out of bounds. I kind of had a feeling Cleveland Heights was going to make it.
I'm not sure it was a fake as much as a bad snap that was over his head. He pulled it down and then knew he was going to get it blocked. I need to see the replay on that one.
Do we have a flag?
Flag on the field.
Our referees are debating, talking. Jeffrey Abshire will be the man speaking to you in just a moment.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense. Number 24. 15 yards. It's 1st and 10.
So it was after the play. So Cleveland Heights would have had the ball on about the 29-yard line. Again, a successful run, and that's a part of the deal when your hottest offensive player, your quarterback, is also your punter, that you have the opportunity to run and try to find some space. Cleveland Heights then picks up a dead ball foul after that, so they'll move the ball back. It's still 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
5:52 to go here in the first half. Heights again. Bisker muscling his way down.
That run was by number 24. Owen Biss.
Swings, emotional, back and forth. It's going to be 2nd down 5.
2nd down for the Tigers.
Ball on the 36. 5:26 to go here in the first half. Bisker's the lone back now. Gordon goes in motion. He'll just slowly walk his way back towards the near side of the screen. Now he goes out high, and he'll get the ball. Gordon this time, and he is brought down at the 25-yard line. Good tackle.
Again, excellent ball faking, excellent ball handling by the quarterback. He's just not giving away what they're doing. I am really impressed with this offense.
1st down, Tigers.
5 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. .450 to go. 1st down 10. Ball on the 26-yard line. Mark Fafolia, the longtime coach, alongside with Andy Baskin. Heights up the gut and down to the 19-yard line.
That run was by number 44.
Makai Webb on the carry. He's a junior. He can play linebacker or running back. First time we've seen him all night.
1st down, Tigers.
That'll give Bisker a chance to go back out there just to give him a blow. Bisker's been one of their workhorses when it's not Darian Fair. Ignatius will shift. 4:14 to go, 2nd quarter. Bisker down to the 10.
I tell you, Andy, the Cleveland Heights right side of their offensive line is just getting an incredible push off the ball.
Ramon Ross, Daquan Johnson are the big boys. They're seniors. You know, I seem to think, though, last year's experience for Cleveland Heights, especially when you go up against a guy like Drew Aller at Medina, who's now at Penn State. I think they learned a lot from that game about the experience of being in the playoffs and having the opportunity to make something happen. You know, they walked into that game last year. We called that game last year, and they were in it first half. And we were talking to some of the folks from Cleveland Heights before, and Drew Aller actually showed around a bunch of the guys from Cleveland Heights and Happy Valley just a few weeks ago, and he said, boy, our coaches were worried against Cleveland Heights last year. You come back and you're talking about that right side. Those are seniors.
Yep.
Those are guys that got big-time experience last year against one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
They're just outmanning St. Ignatius' defensive line right now. They just don't have enough people in there to be able to stop them.
3 minutes, less than 3 minutes now to go in the first half. It is 28-14 Cleveland Heights, and the Tigers are knocking on the door. 3rd down 3 from the 8-yard line. All kinds of motion all over the place, but when it's all said and done, it's Darian Fair who keeps it. But the Wildcats are there to plug the hole. I don't think Cleveland Heights is going to kick a field goal. I could be wrong.
It's going to be short.
Number 2, Darian Fair. Stop by
Gabe McKay would be the guy that would kick the field goal if they bring him in. If you're Cleveland Heights, are you kicking a field goal here or no?
No. Not with 2 minutes to go in the half.
No. 4th down and 1.
Tiger Nation, it's 4.
This could be the play of the game. And we're in the second quarter.
It's 4 down.
Heights looking for an offside. Josh Gordon saying, look, look, look. Fair under center. Fair hands it off. Bisker over the top. They'll get the first down.
That was a great effort. Right now, they've got ultimate confidence in their offense. No reason to kick a field goal there.
Bisker again with 9 touchdowns throughout the regular season.
For the Tigers.
Cleveland Heights trying to make history. They've never made it 3 games into the playoffs. They've only, last year again, to get to the second round. Last year was their first time they ever had a win at home in the playoffs. And you think about the history of this school. Cleveland Heights. Did he make it? No, just short. John Gordon was right there.
Huge hole off tackle.
John Gordon.
You know, I'm sure Cleveland Heights is thinking a little about a history too. The last time these two teams played was, I think it was 1993, and it was 41-0 Ignatius. And so I'm sure they were reminded of that this week.
There's a really interesting point to the history of these two schools because, you know, Cleveland Heights has only beat St. Ignatius 3 times in the school's history. And I'll get to them after this play. 53 seconds to go. 2nd down 1 from the 1. Heights goes into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers.
That touchdown was by number 2, Darian. It ain't fair.
Darian Fair, another touchdown. His 2nd of the night.
Back to kickers number 37, Mr. Big Boot, Cade McKay.
It's 35-14 Cleveland Heights.
For Mr. McKay, and your score.
44 seconds to go. Are you shocked?
14.
Not after the first series.
Right.
After the first series, I was not. Cleveland Heights, their offense, really, it's one-dimensional in terms of the running attack, but it's excellent in terms of their speed in getting to the second level. That's what's impressive to me tonight. And after watching their speed that first series, no, not surprised at all.
The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association, the OHSAA. Any rebroadcast or republication of the programming without the written consent of Spectrum News 1 and the Ohio High School Athletic Association is strictly prohibited. Into the end zone. 44 seconds.
44 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, I watched this yesterday.
For the
I watched this yesterday, and
Wow.
no qualms.
Cats.
Ignatius will come out in a 2-minute offense.
Sure.
They,
And you
they
said,
work it every day, and so they're used to this. They're ready for this.
So when you saw this yesterday, what was the thing that impressed you the most?
The discipline in their routes, the way they move the ball, getting up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. When I talked to Coach Kyle about it, I'll tell you after this play.
44 seconds to go here in the first half. Cleveland Heights 35, St. Ignatius 14. The 4 seed and the 5 seed. Cleveland Heights the 4 seed, Division I, Region 1.
I think we have a timeout. So what I was going to say, Coach was talking to me about the 2-minute offense, and he reminded me of a game a couple of years ago when they were playing Akron-Hoban. They were down 17-0 at the halftime. They came out in the second half and ran nothing but 2-minute offense. Hoban couldn't make the calls quick enough. They came back and won the game.
Gotcha.
So he views this as a very, very important part of their attack.
Papish in the shotgun. Pass is good. That'll be good enough for a first down, and
Pass completed to
the chains.
Don't be surprised if he gets it inside the 40 to look for a long field goal, because they have the people to do it.
First down,
Wind picking up a little bit.
Wildcats.
First down for St. Ignatius. First down and 10 from the 31. 38 seconds to go here in the first half. Papish again, swing pass. A lot of real estate ahead and out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 25, Sean Martin.
You go to the running back, Sean Martin. He'll get the ball
First and
to the
first
42-yard
down
line.
for the Wildcats.
So what's the goal here, Coach, to get to
The goal here is to get to the 30-yard line.
32 seconds. Clock rolling backwards. Pass is complete again. Well executed. Brandon Webster on the catch. He's the captain, 6 foot, 185. And you called this one.
Cleveland Heights is sitting with their defensive backs back 10 to 12 yards. They're giving that underneath route, which is allowing Ignatius the time to get to the sideline.
Cleveland Heights also has 2 freshman cornerbacks, and I'm kind of surprised that St. Ignatius hasn't been able to exploit the young guys out there.
Going to have to call a timeout here.
And there you have it. This has been a very impressive drive by St. Ignatius.
Jonathan. Correction. There's a little yellow flag on the
play. Jonathan Merrimee had the catch.
Well, it looks like it's coming back.
372 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns.
Offense.
I spoke too soon.
Offensive
15
face.
yards from the spot. First down.
Take it all back.
That hurts.
Well, St. Ignatius cannot have self-destruction here.
No. And we've seen very few penalties tonight, really. With teams moving the ball the way they have offensively, you would expect a few more penalties, but we've not seen that.
I want to talk about the last 2 games these 2 teams played here in a moment. That pass is incomplete on out of bounds. 11 seconds to go here in the first half. Again, 35-14 Cleveland Heights. Second down 10. So the first 2 times these 2 schools
11 seconds remaining in the first half. 11 seconds remaining
1927 and
in the first
1928.
half.
Cleveland Heights won those first 2 games. So Cleveland Heights they've only had 1 win against St. Ignatius since 1928. In those 2 games.
Did you do that, Gabe?
I think I did do that game. Moses Baskin did that game. 76-0, Heights outscored St. Ignatius in those first 2 games. Now, you talked about it before in 92-93. 5 seconds to go. St. Ignatius have to call timeout. They'll move the ball to the 44-yard line.
Tackle by
In the last 2 games these 2 teams played against each other, that was 92 and 93. Were you still trying to do that?
Tackle by
I was, yes.
St. Ignatius won those games 83 combined, 83-0.
But I think one of those years, 93, Ignatius was the national champion that year. So you can't fault Heights for that. But
4 seconds to go. It'll bring up 4th down and 10.
I tell you, Andy, from the minute we walked in here tonight,
Third
we heard
down.
from some of the Heights fans that said,
4
we're going to win
seconds.
this, and we're going to win it big. And I tell you, at this
I
point,
looked at you when we said that, when we heard that,
Shout
and
out
I was
to
like,
number
whoa.
22, Shannon Key. in the
but I
building.
tell you what, Heights has walked the walk.
Correction,
at this
it's
point.
3rd down 10. Sorry about that. 3rd down 10 for the 46. We're just about to the half. 4 seconds. Should be the last play. Papish back to pass. And it's picked off to the 50, 30, 20, 10. He's in. Touchdown. Oh, my. Wow. Henry Perryman. 41-14. Wow.
Interception.
I tell you, with no time left in the first half, that is a backbreaker.
Wow. A 54-yard pick six.
We have a guy down on the field here.
Pick six.
Wow. So we'll still see the extra point here.
He couldn't choose, so
He'll get back up.
Six.
Ooh, limping a little bit. That's a Sean Sims. That's a big deal for Cleveland Heights.
That is a huge deal. And again, even defensively, the speed.
He's walking a little better though as he hits the sideline. So
the speed with which they returned their defensive back brought it back.
Sims walks back over the sidelines. He was hobbling a little bit. I mean, that's the guy we talked about at the beginning of the game who's got all these Ivy League schools looking at him. He's toured Dartmouth, Colgate, Harvard, Penn. But what a play. Wow.
Back to kick is number 37, Big Boot.
Well, that's up, and it's good.
McKay. The kick is up.
It's 42-14 at the break.
And that concludes your first half.
What a half. Wow. We're going to shut down for a little bit. You'll be able to watch anybody that goes out.
When it was released in 2016, our next song, Starboy, topped the Billboard charts in the US, Canada, France, and the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd. We finish our show with a band telling you they've come too far to give up who they are as they play and show their moves. The Daft Punk's Get Lucky. The Cleveland Heights High School Instrumental Music Department would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's performances by the St. Ignatius and Heights marching bands. We'd also like to give a special shout out to about 20% of the marching band, if you notice all the holes out there, that are performing right now inside of the high school for our high school musical. So a special shout out to those students both in the band and from the rest of the high school that are performing in Sister Act. And as always, a special thank you to the athletic department, the custodial staff, the security staff, and the administration for their support.
Halftime here at Cleveland Heights High School, corner of Cedar and Lee in Cuyahoga County. Wow, what a half. 42-14, Cleveland Heights leads St. Ignatius here in the second round of the Ohio High School Athletic Association
Ladies
Playoffs,
and
Division
gentlemen,
One, Region One. My name is Andy Baskin. His name is Mark Ferfolia, the longtime multi-sport coach at schools like Warren Harding, at Trinity, at Gilmore, Walsh Jesuit. Any other schools?
No.
All right, just making sure. The story of the first half has been Cleveland Heights' offense, and it has been led by Darian Fair. 12 carries, 178 yards, averaging 14 yards per carry. 67 yards was his longest run. 3 touchdowns. 3. And it has been all Cleveland Heights here, especially in the second quarter. And Coach, we talked a lot about Cleveland Heights' offense, but their defense threw up a goose egg in the second quarter. And I don't know if that was if we spent enough time talking about that.
Well, again, you know, when you look at
if you
what
have
they're
a
doing,
green ticket,
they literally are putting their defensive backs in man-to-man coverage and telling St. Ignatius, we think our athletes are better than the receivers. Now run the football on us. And Ignatius has not been able to do that.
But if you have a blue ticket,
it's a great game plan at this moment.
Just like the Greens,
and it'll be interesting to see what St. Ignatius does to try to counter that.
You got the whole
but boy, give credit to Cleveland Heights.
So let's go through the scoring in the first half. It all started right away when Cleveland Heights was able to get a big run from Darian Fair. That was a 67-yard run he had. He ends up with a 2-yard touchdown run. Heights led 7-0. But right after that, Cody Haddad, outstanding 65-yard touchdown return, and that made it 7-7 with 8:18 to go in the first quarter. Cleveland Heights would answer back with a Marquise Davis run, 62 yards. I mean, nothing was small in the first half. 62 yards on that. It gave Cleveland Heights a 14-7 run. Then Max Ritt was able to tie things up for Ignatius with his 11-yard touchdown run. And that made it 14-all. Still in the first quarter, Heights was able to come back with 3:40 to go. John Gordon, a rush for 46 yards. And now Cleveland Heights had a 21-14 lead after the Gabe McKay extra point. Second quarter starts, and here comes Fair again. Sorry, he had a 62-yard run earlier. He had a 67-yard touchdown run to start the second quarter, and that would help Cleveland Heights get out to a 28-14 lead. Still in the second quarter, Darian Fair again 2 yards for the rush, and Cleveland Heights was up 34-35-14 after the extra point. Emmanuel Austin right before the break, because it was still a one-touchdown game either way. If St. Ignatius comes back, they've got a chance to get a little bit closer. But St. Ignatius decided to throw at the end of the half, and right there was Emmanuel Austin, 44 yards on the interception, the pick six, and that built a giant hole for the Wildcats as we sit at 42-14 here at the break. Coach, a lot of scoring to talk about, but we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Well, the unfortunate thing right at the end, or fortunate for Cleveland Heights,
The winner
at the end of
this
the first half,
game, Tiger
with
Nation
6 seconds to
Wildcat
go,
fans,
Ignatius threw a
advances
mid-range
to
pass,
the
didn't go all the way to the end
Sweet
zone.
16.
And what happens there, your speed guys, your receiver guys are much further downfield. The ball gets underthrown a little bit, and they've got nobody who can run one of those defensive backs down that picked it off.
St. Ignatius will have the ball to start the second half. Joshua
Tiger
Pappas,
Nation, it's
quarterback
still
for
time
St.
to get that
Ignatius.
Tiger dog.
9 attempts,
My man got
6
the
completions for
nachos.
97 yards. But that
What do
interception
you call cheese? That's
was
somebody
big,
else's
gigantic.
nacho cheese.
Andy, people watching this game tonight might also be
We got them
interested
steps
in
too.
the opponent for this week's winner tonight, and that would be the St. Ed's and Walsh Jesuit, St. Ed's and Massillon Jackson game. And St. Ed's is up 35-0 at the half. So it looks like they're going to get the winner of this game.
Quintez Pratt.
So the clock starts here.
The ball was
12 minutes in the
returned by
third
the
quarter.
Wildcats, number
11:54 to
35.
go. In the third, it's 42-14
Matt
Cleveland Heights. First down and 10 from the 46, and we'll see what kind of a comeback St. Ignatius can mount here in the second half. Joshua Pappas, the quarterback. 10 touchdowns during the regular season, 6'2", 190. Junior.
2x2 wide receivers.
He'll stand in the backfield with Sean Martin. Brandon Webster, the captain, gets the swing pass to the 40. He's got open room to the 50, 45, flag on the play. 40 down to the 30-yard line. We might see a hold. There's a flag sitting on the 45-yard line of St. Ignatius.
That was a nice play call. What they ran the outside receiver down the field to clear out that cornerback, ran the back underneath him with a nice swing pass, got a nice block downfield, but we may have, like as you said, had an offensive hold. They're going to have to throw the football, no question now, down 42-14.
Jeff Abshire is your referee tonight. Pete
Holding
Gasper.
offense, number 37. 10 yards from the spot. First down.
Pete Gasper is your umpire. John Mandula, your head linesman. Justin Burton, the line judge.
Tiger
Bobby
Nation,
Boylan
I
is the
need
back
y'all to
judge.
make some
And
noise
Tony
for
Thorne
these Cleveland
is your sermon.
Heights cheerleaders.
What do you think Chuck Kyle said at halftime?
Thank you, ladies, for all
Don't give up,
you
work
do.
hard. Let's try to chip away at it. We don't have to get it all in one drive.
Pappas sacked.
Tiger Nation, that sack lunch was packed by number 33,
Ashawn Sims again. That name is going to haunt St. Ignatius for a while here.
Holding.
Another
defense,
sack.
number
Oh,
11.
holding on Cleveland Heights.
10 yards from the previous spot.
Flag on the field.
Sims is a pretty special player.
He's had an outstanding game.
Hole in the paper bag.
Penalty is from the end of the run. Repeat the down.
So they will repeat the down, as you can hear.
First.
11:21 is where the clock sits now.
It's got to be a little bit demoralizing. You come out in the first play of the second half, make about a 25-yard gain, and all of a sudden you're back with the penalty.
Well, go back to the last drive of the first half for St. Ignatius. They were moving the ball down the field. Penalty brings them back, and then puts you in the spot where you might try to do too much at the end, and that's what happened. We know we've seen the Browns do that plenty of times this year. Maramy in motion. Martin to the 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. He's still moving inside and into the red zone, inside the 15.
Keep those chains moving.
Well, obviously, with their receivers spread out, they had a 2x2 the previous play, 2x2 with man in motion. They're trying to open things up for their running game. They're trying to take the defensive backs and get them more to the outside to give them a little bit more room to run to the inside.
10:55 to go, third quarter, first down and 10. Martin again.
He's in.
Into the end zone. Touchdown. It wasn't Martin, it was Pappas on the quarterback sneak.
Touchdown,
That didn't take long.
No, now that is where that interception at the end of the first half would come back to haunt you. It was a great answer there by Ignatius. They've opened up their offense a little bit more, which I think they needed to do.
Ignatius trying to crawl back in this thing.
Back to kick is number 31.
Up and good.
Thomas Kilbane.
Kilbane makes it. It's 42-21. We were talking about this last week. I was talking about this on the Ohio State postgame show. Radio Inspector News 1 that when you have a game like Ohio State Penn State was last year, sometimes talent and patience can pay big dividends. And I think the patience for St. Ignatius here is where they're going to have to be. You can't score it all at once.
You asked me coming out of the break, what do I say if I'm Chuck Kyle?
Right.
Patience, chip away at it, one at a time.
We have ourselves
they don't have 21-point touchdowns, so take your time.
Noise for yourself.
You mean you can't score 4 goals at a time?
No.
Amazing.
I think we know plenty of kids that would like to try to do
corner
that.
of Cedar and Lee is the place to be.
16 meetings between these two schools in school histories. School histories, is that right?
School history.
The history
In the
of the two
backfield for
schools.
the Tigers.
13-3, St. Ignatius leads that.
Number
Couple
8,
fun facts for you.
Perez 11.
Stadium
Number
built
5,
originally in 1951, although in 2014 they had a renovation. Kick will go through the end zone. Normally seats about 2,500. We were told that St. Ignatius asked for about 1,000 extra tickets, and so when you're watching the game and you see all that standing room on the visitor side, I'll be honest, I went to school here for 3 years back when it was a 3-year school, or if it was a 4-year school when I was a senior, now that I think about it. I've never seen this many people at the stadium, I'll be honest with you. And I know there have been games along the way, there have been playoff games for Cleveland Heights, but this is a gigantic crowd.
Well, and it was funny before the game, the athletic director from Heights said he didn't know he had as many friends this week that were looking for tickets.
10:42 to go. Cleveland Heights with the ball now on the 20-yard line.
Flag on the field.
Cleveland Heights clapping. And St.
Ignatius jumped. Yeah, their interior lineman.
5-yard penalty. First down.
That'll bring up first down and 5. 10:42 to go, third quarter. Ball now on the 25-yard line. Darian Fair is the quarterback. We talked about his first half. 172 yards in that first half. That's Owen Bisker.
That was by the Wildcats, number 23, Max Woodkey. That run was by number 24, Owen
Cleveland Heights High School rebuilt just a few years ago. They kept part of the shell. They kept the clock tower that at one point had Mickey Mouse on it, facing Cedar Road. They used to have a thing called Senior Crazy Day here, back in the 70s. Coach, you'd know about that, wouldn't you?
No.
Just making sure. 70s a blur for a lot of people. I was too young to know. Marquise Davis in motion. Davis with the ball. Davis to the 40, trying to break a tackle, just makes it over the 45-yard line.
That offensive line is providing him incredible seams to get into, and he doesn't need a huge hole. He got in there, turned his body, got through the hole, and made an extra 10 yards after the original contact.
Do it all. Davis.
First down, Cleveland Heights.
Tigers.
9:50 to go, third quarter. Ball on the 46-yard line of Cleveland Heights. Wind picking up a little bit here up in the booth, although you don't see it on the flags. Kind of swirling around the stadium. What do you think? I see you drawing a play up there. What do you want to say, Coach? What do you got there? Oh, the pitch. It's a fumble. Heights will just sit on the ball.
It looks like the adjustment Ignatius made there. Against an option offense, you have to give defensive people man-to-man responsibilities. Quarterback, pitch man. And I don't think Ignatius was doing that early in the game. They definitely did it there.
John Gordon, who had a touchdown in the first half, is able to recover the fumble.
Second down for the Tigers.
Jamel Miller checks into the game. He'll be your wide receiver at the top of the screen.
Ball was recovered by number 5, John
He'll be checked
Gordon.
by Brandon Webster. 2 interceptions this season for number 7. Heights will run high. Marquise Davis. Nothing doing. Third down on second down and 18. Did he get one?
Tackle by Wildcats number 36.
Again, look at the positioning of the deep. They're running a 3-man defensive front with 5 people at the second level. Again, they're looking at that second level right now.
Down, Tiger Nation.
And maybe we'll see something different here.
Jamel Miller at the bottom of the screen.
Down, Tiger Nation.
Checked by Max Wolke Jr. Heights trying to hit a seam and can't. John Gordon, who recovered the fumble just a few plays ago, inches his way back up to the 40-yard line.
First to the scene for the Wildcats with number 52.
Score might be 42-14, but St. Ignatius has turned the momentum a little bit of this early in the third quarter.
Fourth down for the Tigers.
Fourth down and 16. Again, Darian Fair is the quarterback and the punter, and if you remember in the first half, there was kind of a botched snap, but he was able to pick up big yardage to give Cleveland Heights a 21-point lead at the time. St. Ignatius is coming and coming hard. Fair kicks it, not a very good punt, and the ball will go out at the St. Ignatius just shy of the 45-yard line.
Andy, a couple other scores here interesting in our region here. Halftime scores: Medina 28, Wadsworth 21. That's an interesting score. And Mentor and McKinley, Kent McKinley, tied at the half in week 1. Mentor blew McKinley out of the stadium.
It's amazing what 10 or 11 weeks can do for a team.
Ball will start on the 45-yard line.
So St. Ignatius now has a little momentum. They're down 21 on the scoreboard. What will happen here in the second half? Will they make it interesting? Sean Martin. Martin to the 50, 40, knocked out of bounds.
Big time game of the Wildcats.
Good counter play. The linebackers went with the fake the other way. Counter came back to the short side. Nice run. Good lead block.
10 for the Wildcats.
First down and 10, 35-yard line. 7:18 to go, third quarter. Shotgun. Looking long.
Oh, he's open.
Oh, over Maramie's head.
Just a bit outside.
Maramie with over 370 yards during the regular season, 5 touchdowns in 10 games.
Jonathan Maramie.
Well, like we said earlier, they're getting single man-on-man coverage with all their receivers around the field. He's looking for his receiver he can hit. Actually, the receiver was open there at the goal line. He just overthrew him a little bit.
Second down, 10. Let's not forget, St. Ignatius, no problem kicking field goals, although they don't want field goals. They want 7s right now. Now the wind picking up a little bit. Pappish throws. And look at that! A 35-yard touchdown! St. Ignatius crawling back in this one. Ryan Kennedy.
You know what, Andy? That was a great throw. You could see the coverage at the top of the field. He had man coverage with a little bit of motion. And again, the quarterback sat back there, read the play perfectly, hit the outside receiver running a little bit of a slant cut.
So you saw, I
was pointing.
Yeah, so instead of pointing, tell everybody what's going to happen before it happens, Coach.
You could look and see the way they were defensively aligned, and that was where he was going to try to go.
The kick is up, and the kick is good.
42-28.
I tell you what, Andy, you want to talk about a quick turnaround in 5 minutes. 14 points to the good and a defensive stop. All of a sudden, it's a football game again. This next series is critical for Cleveland Heights to establish a little bit of momentum again.
Wow. This was 42-14 at the break, and St. Ignatius has powered their way to 14 points in less than 5 minutes.
I like their defensive adjustment with the 3-man line. And they've opened it up a little bit offensively. Now they've had a little success throwing the ball against that man coverage. Let's see if they stay with it.
James Collins will kick. He's kicked a couple up through the end zone already tonight. This kid's got a leg. And with the wind at his back, no problem. That one goes into the band, into the pits, and back out into the track. 7:03 to go, third quarter. It is 42-28.
Andy, this is a critical series for both sides. If you're Ignatius, you've stemmed the tide here in the second half, you need another turnover. If you're Cleveland Heights, you need to get a little momentum back going here.
Papish on the keeper. And then Kennedy on the catch. And that's your 14 points here in the second half. Again, Cleveland Heights still up, 42-28.
Oh, he almost fumbled that.
Tackled by the Wildcats, number 90.
Yeah, you can see the wind is definitely picking up right now. We were supposed to drop about 20 degrees throughout the game. It was such a gorgeous day. I mean,
gorgeous.
I looked at my car today. I was driving
Number 2,
up in the Heights from downtown, and I think we were in the 70s. Like 71 degrees when I looked at the temperature gauge.
left, right.
Second down 3, 6:36. Oh, that's going to be interesting. There was no call on that play. John Gordon was coming around the corner. Boy, I thought we saw a horse collar or a face plant. That was a really awkward tackle.
Very awkward tackle.
Robinson. And
But the outside linebacker beat the block and collapsed down inside. Did a nice job.
It's
Third down and 2. This is a gigantic play for St. Ignatius.
Ignatius has to walk somebody out on that second receiver.
Look how tight they are compared to the first half. How you talked about that, how the box has just been filled. How many you got in the box there, Coach?
What concerns me, that you've got 9 in the box, 8 in the box. The second receiver up top concerns me though, but they're going to run.
Heights. Bisker, who had a big fourth down play in the second quarter. Just a traditional, kind of more of a running back, but a fullback who can give you some yardage. Bisker, we've watched him for a couple years now. I got a text from Jason Kelsey. Let's go Heights. Remember the Philadelphia?
He's played a few games here.
It's interesting with Travis before, he's had all success. Both those guys were outstanding at Cincinnati, but then, before Travis started to become a tight end, he was a pretty good quarterback.
Some great athletes that have come out of Cleveland.
In fact, I think I called one of his early games on Spectrum. Going back, Ferris doing a lot of running backwards. And now he'll turn the corner, and he doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, with what Ignatius is giving him now we're going to turn the tables. Now Ignatius is daring Heights to throw. And with their people in the inside at the second level, it's very difficult. They have one-man patterns all over the field.
Well, we talk about halftime adjustments. And so far, St. Ignatius seems to have made many more. 4:30, third quarter. Second down 12, 29-yard line. Heights was able to get this big lead up to 28 at the break, thanks in part by the running game. Marquise Davis.
Outstanding job by the cornerback. He read the play, came up to support, and didn't let him get to the outside.
Clock is running. Third down 11.
Now Heights opens it up.
Third down.
Heights has a couple freshmen that are seeing time tonight. 84, Jeffrey Ward stepping out there.
It's the first time we've seen a trips look from Heights.
Wide receiver. Fair. Shotgun. He'll keep it. Nothing. Big tackle.
Tackle first to the scene.
Cody had that touchdown run earlier on the kickoff, and comes up with a gigantic play for the sophomore.
Wow, Andy, has the momentum shifted. The momentum has shifted in the first 8 minutes.
3:03. Counting back towards 3 minutes.
Assuming a standard punt, the Wildcats are going to have great field position here at the end of the third quarter.
And the fake and a pass, and it's incomplete, but there was a late hit. Will they call it? Yep. Oh, boy. Cody Haddad. Wow. Heights with some, you say it, to be able to call a fake punt in this position. I guess if you're up 42-28, it's not that big a deal, but the momentum swinging, and there's no doubt about it, that was an out-of-bounds hit.
Yes, it was. Now, momentum again. You make a big stop, and you're going to get great field position on the 35 or 38-yard line. Now it's coming. Now you're going to lose a series of downs.
Henry Perryman was the intended receiver. He didn't have it. There was no reason to hit
It's
him.
going to be interesting to see what they're discussing here.
We'll head to that concession
Even
stand
if it
and
wasn't
get you a
catchable, it
Snickers
still
bar.
it was an out-of-bounds hit. So this will be interesting to see what they say.
Top it off with a
You could call a personal foul there, right?
You could.
Let's see what they call.
A tall Pepsi.
There are 2 fouls on the play. An ineligible man downfield.
Oh, that's going to
against the
negate
offense,
everything.
Number 53. St. Ignatius will decline that penalty. After the play, we have dead ball, personal foul on the St. Ignatius. They retain possession, 1st and 10 after a 15-yard penalty.
So Cleveland Heights had an illegal man downfield, and
To put it simply,
we talked about the play.
1st
after.
and 10.
You know, he tried.
Wildcats.
It's such a weird play because you're asking an athlete to stop, but it's a close one. Like I get it, I understand it, and the referee was right on it.
Wow. Well, the
You
unfortunate.
tell me you see that in the film room the next day, Coach. What are you saying? I mean,
You
it's
have
hard
to
to ask
pull
a
up.
football player not to make a football play.
I understand that, but the onus is on the hitter, not the hittee.
Correct.
That, I tell you what,
a huge break.
St. Ignatius dodged a huge bullet right there.
Well, Clinton Heights.
No, St. Ignatius. It's St. Ignatius' ball. It's
Gotcha.
after the penalty.
After the penalty. Gotcha, Coach. Gotcha.
Right.
Well, here we go again.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Wow, the illegal man downfield was unexpected. I didn't see it. I don't know if you saw it or not. 2:45 to go, 3rd quarter, 1st down 10.
Halfback pass.
Back pass. Incomplete. Both guys were going
Pass
for
to
the ball.
number 13, Ryan Kitty.
You know, you could almost expect them on a play like that, on that punt, where a lineman's thinking right away, hey, you know, we're going to kick the ball, or I can only go a yard or so downfield. Unfortunately, the longer that play went, they drifted downfield, and that's what caused it.
Brady Haddad was the man that had the pass. So that'll bring up 2nd down 10 from the 46-yard line. Sean Martin sitting in the backfield with Pappish in the shotgun. Merrimee in motion. Pappish, pass.
Oh, not a good pass.
Over the head of Martin.
Pass intended to number
Heights had that defended very, very well. Again, they tried to clear out a defensive back and run a running back underneath with a swing cut. Just wasn't there. Heights defended it very, very well.
3rd down 10. 2:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Now, if you're St. Ignatius, you're going for 10 yards, not 15, not 20, 10 yards.
Kennedy had that nice touchdown catch. Here in the 3rd quarter, number 13. Haddad claps, Pappish claps, gets the ball. And look at that, wide open! Sean Martin!
Unbelievable.
Wow!
Wildcats.
54 yards.
And you know what? He hit him at about 15 yards, so he proved me wrong, that's for sure.
What a great play call.
It's a great call.
Oh boy, are we headed for a 4th quarter. Cleveland Heights led this game 42-14 at the break.
You know,
42-14. St. Ignatius with an extra point attempt here. It's up and good. And it's now
The kick is up.
42-35.
The kick is good. That kick was by number 31.
Go pop your popcorn.
well, you know, not just football, but a whole lot of sports. When somebody jumps way out in front, it's all too common that you all of a sudden you lose that edge that you had at the beginning and you're just floating through. Now you have a 20-minute break at halftime and you come out and all of a sudden you're on your heels.
Wildcats 35.
And that's exactly what's happening here.
Tigers 42.
All right, play both coaches here. You're Max Stevens. Your team had a gigantic lead. What are you telling your guys?
Be patient. You're still on top. You're up 42-35. You control your own destiny. Run the football. Execute like we did early. Maintain your blocks. And let's work the football.
Coach, we were 2 points from running time.
Yes.
In the second half. 2 points. Again, they run the clock when a team's up 30.
If
Both of these teams know that from last week.
If I'm St. Ignatius, you've got them on your heels. Go after them. Pursue.
Cleveland Heights with no chance. Oh, flags. I saw 2 St. Ignatius guys bump into each other. The flag came from way back on the 40-yard line.
I didn't see it. We'll see the replay.
To be honest
here.
with you, I just saw 2 guys from St. Ignatius bump into each other. Right around where the flag is, obviously, the 31, 32-yard line.
It's against Cleveland Heights.
Dead ball. Personal foul.
Wow. I want to see that.
Well,
Number 44.
You cannot lose your composure here, Cleveland Heights.
I don't
You're
really
still in
think
control.
that was. I didn't see a composure. I mean, normally see somebody do something silly. I didn't see it. I know we'll get a chance to see the replay here. It happened somewhere around the 40-yard line.
Right. We'll
And
see
then
it here in a
you'll
second.
see after the kick. I mean, how do you end up taking a personal foul on a ball that went out of the back of the end zone?
You ask if I'm Cleveland Heights.
Yeah.
Maintain your composure. You're still leading the game.
2:22 to go, third quarter. Fair, keeper.
Yes.
Not to be stopped on that one.
UBG.
Up to the
Man number 2, Darian.
23-yard line.
Couldn't see it on the replay.
It was-
Tackled
yeah,
by
it
the
was-
Wildcats number 5.
It was 2 guys that just
Injury,
ran into
timeout.
each other, and I don't think there
Somebody
was.
hit him right
I
before.
didn't see a hit though. That's the only. I don't. Maybe if you're watching home, you'll have a better
Yeah,
look than
tackled
we
by
did.
number 5.
We've got a Cleveland Heights
Simon
player
West.
down. So again, first play from scrimmage, nice run. Get back to, stay with what got you there. They had a nice running attack in the first half, good misdirection plays. That's what Cleveland Heights needs to get back to right now.
Jamel Miller is bending over, but who's he looking at? I can't see a number on the field. Cleveland Heights had a little bit of a scare early in this one. Deshaun Sims, senior defensive end, was hobbling a little towards the end of the first half, but he ended up going back out on the field.
And that last play started on the 10. That was a nice running play. Oh, excellent cut by the running. Good block by a pulling guard. Excellent play by the running back, cutting it up inside, running north and south.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association State Championships return to Canton and the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium once again. Join Spectrum News 1, your exclusive home of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Championships, beginning Thursday, December 1st, for coverage of all 7 title games through Saturday, December 3rd. It's all on Spectrum News 1, your home for high school sports. Sorry, Coach, what were you saying?
I was trying to see the player that was hurt. Looked like number 13. But I could be wrong. It was hard to tell.
Jamel Miller. Well, I saw 13's Jamel Miller. He's back out on the field.
Okay.
He was bending over the player.
Coming into the game is number 18.
It's hard to tell.
2:15 to go, third quarter.
Lakes. First down, Tigers.
Handoff, Bisker. He'll take it to the 25-yard line.
Ignatius defensive line did a nice adjustment there, jumped into a 5-man front, covered some gaps.
Will Robinson and number 46, Ryan Ardar.
Second down, 8. 1:43 to go, third quarter.
Ardar.
All kinds of misdirection. Davis ends up with the ball. Well, Cleveland Heights is eating a little clock here, but they're not eating a lot of yards.
That run was by the Tigers number 1, the Marquise
And I don't think they're in a
Davis.
position to start backing off from what they were doing. Obviously, the run has
And
worked
that
for
takes
Cleveland
us
Heights.
to third
Yeah,
down 8. Wow, what a quarter for St. Ignatius. 1 minute to go. Heights will try to pull off another one of these big runs. Nope. And that'll get the Iggy faithful jumping up and down on the other side of the
That run was by the
stadium.
Tigers, number 24,
Ignatius,
Owen
their defensive line
Bisker.
adjusted over one gap and took the
Tackled
running
by
play
the
right
Wildcats,
away.
number
They must have
90,
seen something
Gary
in the first half in
Butchko.
regards to what they're running in certain formations. But they
Cody
made
Haddad is back to receive the punt.
boy, they made a nice shift down, one gap down, and stopped the play. 4th down and 3.
4th down for the Tigers.
4th down and 3. 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. High snap. Haddad back. They'll call for the fair catch.
Just let it go.
Haddad stepped into the man in front of him.
14
I thought we
seconds
might see
remaining in
something,
the third
but
quarter.
how does that halo work there, Coach?
Well, you're supposed to allow the guy catching the ball at least a yard before he touches it.
Right,
And so I don't think there was a yard there.
but he had stopped.
Yeah,
It
he had
wasn't-
stopped. Right, he had waved for the fair catch and had stopped. So, and so did the defender.
No call.
You're not going to get any call on that.
Great officiating crew we've had here tonight. I think they've done an outstanding
Done a
job.
good job.
You know, we talked about the officiating last week too, about, you know, the need for officials not only in football but for every other sport here in the state of Ohio. So, you know, sometimes when you see that parent who's screaming at the official next to you, just remember they're out there trying to do their job too.
First and
And I got to
10
be
for
honest
the
with you, you may not like the
Wildcats.
officials, but they're what keep all our sports going.
Nice counter play, good inside counter play.
That
Martin
run was by
again.
number 25, Sean Martin. Tackled by the Tigers, number 33.
So, Coach, what did you see
Trey, Trey.
before the play?
I saw
the third quarter.
again the way
See.
Heights had shifted towards the
Tiger
multi-receiver
Nation.
side, towards the long side of the field.
Wildcat fans.
And then you
that
could see
concludes
that
the third
Ignatius,
quarter.
one of their
We're
quarterbacks
in
from Heights
store
came in
for
real tight to the
one
line. You
heck
could
of a
see that they were
fourth
going to
quarter.
counter back
Your
the other way.
third quarter score.
Well,
St.
St.
Ignatius Wildcats
Ignatius
35.
adds 21. Heights adds
Yeah,
0 in that
Cleveland
third
Heights
quarter.
Tigers
We are
42.
up for a huge 12 minutes of football coming up here in the fourth quarter. Division I, Region 1,
You know, and
second round.
Andy, it's funny, as you know, we get text during when we do these broadcasts.
Yeah.
I had a text from somebody listening out there when it was 42-28 that said, next score wins.
Wow, really?
It'll be interesting to see, and that was the 35 score by Ignatius. So the momentum has definitely shifted here.
What kind of Cleveland Heights team will we see here in the second half? Their defense was outstanding in the second quarter.
Tight man-to-man coverage on the top of the field.
Second down, 6. Martin again.
That-
St. Ignatius happy to ride the Martin Express here.
That was all him.
Game for
He
number
made
25,
a great move reading his
Sean
block,
Martin.
hesitated for a second until the block happened and then cut behind him.
Third down.
I'm not in a hurry here if I'm St. Ignatius.
It's a touchdown. It's a one-score game.
I'm
It's
not
just
in a
like,
hurry.
might as well be
Tiger Nation's getting on
11:28
their
to
feet.
go in the ball game. Fourth quarter, Cleveland Heights. Martin again. Martin to the outside. Martin to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and he'll be brought down at the
Big-time gain.
15-yard
First down
line.
and then some for the Wildcats.
And he's down.
That run.
Yeah, they can't afford that to happen.
Injury,
He's done a
timeout.
great job.
I'm not 100% sure that's Martin. It's hard to see up here. I mean, the lighting is interesting here at Cleveland Heights, I'll tell you that.
See the replay here. No. Well, this is where we're going to see what type of character Heights has. Their backs are to the wall because you don't want to give them the tying touchdown. And in the second half, it certainly has been all St. Ignatius on both sides of the football.
Yeah, and it's just so it's the complete yin and yang of what we saw in the first
Yes.
half. Although Cleveland Heights was able to come off with the giant plays. The giant play for St. Ignatius was the kickoff return. We have a stoppage in play with 11:14 to go in the game. Again, Cleveland Heights up 42-35.
Yeah, it is him. It is the running back that's down. Well, now with the throwing attack that Ignatius has,
He'll be helped off the field.
He's okay.
He's moving pretty brisk, too.
Ignatius,
Sean Martin.
they've been a little bit more multifaceted in their offensive attack today. Being able to throw the football at times, too, especially the short 5 to 10 yard routes. And now they're inside the 15-yard line, which is where they can throw those routes successfully. You can still get a first down before a touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Big man Hunter Moriarty checking into the game, 86, senior tight end.
One-on-one coverage down here right in front of us. with maybe
11
a
minutes to go
slant.
in the game. Ball in the 17.
Oh,
To
it's
the
wide
end zone,
open.
touchdown, St. Ignatius.
I told you that they have a multifaceted attack, and they can show. They showed early on they can throw the football. Heights is on their heels right now.
Jonathan Merrimee.
Completed by pass by number 14.
We are one kick away from a tie game.
Passes.
17-yard touchdown reception, Papish to Merrimee. Here comes your extra point. No doubt about it.
The kick is up.
It's a new
The
game.
kick is good.
Wow.
That kick was by number 4, James Collins. Your score. We got
Andy
ourselves a
Kilbane kicked that pretty well.
ball
Yep.
game.
St. Ignatius scored 4 touchdowns in 13 minutes
St. Ignatius
and held Heights twice.
42.
Wow.
See all these notes I have here that
Tigers,
bring us to 42 all? They mean nothing.
They mean nothing.
It is 0-0.
It's a nothing game now. Now here's where you wonder, okay, looking at the two teams, certainly, no doubt Heights still has the speed offensively. But does the playoff experience that Ignatius has start to show a little bit here?
Well, we kind of said the same thing for Cleveland Heights. I mean, this isn't, historically you talk about the playoff experience, and St. Ignatius is there all the time. But this is one of the rare teams in Cleveland Heights history
In the backfield,
that actually has playoff
number 1,
experience.
Marquise Do-It-All.
But the strength of
Davis.
Ignatius' schedule and who they played earlier this year, will that help them here in the fourth quarter?
It's a great
Number 8,
question. We'll find out in the next 10 minutes
Yep.
and 48 seconds. Heights gets the ball at the 10, and they'll get it out to the 25-yard line.
Returning
Wow.
by number 8, Perez.
Told you to pop your popcorn,
And the
Coach.
1st and 10.
It's instant classic, Andy. This is an instant classic.
This has been a great game. Kind of, in some ways, it reminds me of Cleveland Heights' first ever playoff game back in 2011 against St. Edward. That game was on November 4th in 2011, and Cleveland Heights lost to St. Edward in that game, 28-14. But Heights had played a pretty good game back then, and they lost it in the second half. Heights on the keeper,
Oh, nice play.
and they'll roll it out to about the
Welcome
39-yard
back,
line.
welcome back, welcome back.
That was a nice
Number
play.
2.
Good read by the quarterback.
Darian
And,
Here we
and
go.
the slot man that went in motion did a nice job selling the sweep the other way.
10:26 to go in the game, 42 all. We got ourselves a tie game. Thanks for watching on Spectrum Stream. On the keeper again, Fair looking for a block. Got one to pop him out for about 3 yards. Clock still rolling. 10 minutes to go in this game. Winner of this gets the winner of St. Edward, Maslin Jackson. 9:50. Bisker in the backfield. Fair under center. Gordon listens into his quarterback. 9:35 to go in the game. Handoff, Bisker. Bisker barrels his way past the 45-yard line.
Ignatius has a guy down here. Ignatius made an interesting shift here this half as well. They were running a three-man front. The nose was offset earlier in the game when they ran that. Now they've pretty much put him right over the center, and he's controlling the center, which is stuffing up a lot of the things going inside. It's what's preventing those runs that were up the middle earlier on by Cleveland Heights.
Stoppage in play with 9:19 to go in the game. Third down, 2. Bisker on the short carry.
Another big score here in Northeast Ohio. Division II, Austintown Fitch 14, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary 14. Hudson 20, Walsh Jesuit 7 at the end of 3.
I would have loved to have heard St. Ignatius' halftime speech by Chuck Kyle.
You know what, again,
the guy you played with, so you
yes.
tell me. What would you have said to him at halftime if you were playing with him when he was your teammate?
chip away, chip away. We don't have to score it all in the first minute.
He had that as the guy that's down. They are talking to him. Just took his helmet off.
But I mean, too, Andy, there's a guy that has 450 wins. He's been in every situation you've been in. He's not, I'm sure he wasn't fazed by it. When I was talking to him yesterday at practice, I said, Coach, what are you going to do when it's all over? I said, nothing. Wake up the next day. No, it doesn't faze him. And he's used to that pressure. He's been in every situation. You can't doubt that experience.
And it leaves the field after talking to trainers.
And that is certainly nothing against Max Stevens from Heights. Great coach in his own right.
He's done a phenomenal job here at Cleveland Heights.
Oh, they moved. Heights' offensive line moved.
Flag on the field.
Oh, that turns it into a big 3rd and 7, Andy.
Yes, it does.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense, number 58.
Ignatius is shifting and jumping right before the snap.
And you think that's what's wrong with him?
I believe that's hurting him. Because all of a sudden, as an offensive lineman, if they make a shift, you may have a zone block or a different read block called. Now you got to think, okay, I got to look somewhere else. And maybe I snap my head up and maybe I move inadvertently.
Quincy Rogers, a sophomore wide receiver, top of the screen. He checks in. What a game.
I see the quarterback keeping it here.
St. Ignatius players trying to get their crowd up on their feet for this 3rd down and 7. Fair on the keeper. He faked it one way. And he fumbled the ball! He fumbled at the 50!
There's a flag.
No, that's an orange.
Is that an
marker,
orange?
Coach,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry.
I told you I thought the quarterback was going to keep it.
I told you that orange flag was going to get you at some point during the night, too. Wow, what a play.
Oh, my.
Christian Cup.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Oh, my.
Senior. What a play to remember. 6'1", 182, defensive back.
I mean, you want to talk about being on your heels. Now, Ignatius has all the time in the world to do what they need to do here. But if I'm them, I keep the offense open like they have. Run those 5-8-yard routes.
Well, they've been using Sean Martin. But this time around, it's 1st down 10, 8:41 to go.
Well, you see what they tried to do there. Since Cleveland Heights did man-to-man coverage, they ran one of the receivers across the field in motion, try to open up the space on the short side for the running game there. It just didn't work that play. And for anybody who's wondering, the winner of this game will get St. Ed's. They just wrapped up their game in running time, 42-0.
Max Ritt with the carry. I'm sure we'll see more Ritt here. Martin got a little banged up on that last drive.
I see them. I see Ignatius thrown to the top of the field. They've got the coverage they need on the inside receiver. There.
Through the middle, and that'll bring the ball to the 35-yard line.
Pass completed
Jonathan
to
Maramie
number
again.
9.
Laramie and Pappas
Jonathan
definitely have some
Laramie.
rhythm. They've had rhythm all season long.
Tackled by number
Laramie with
44,
5 touchdowns during the regular season. Will he be the guy to see it? Coach, you've done a great job of calling some of these
Well,
plays.
I would expect to see almost the same type of thing here. Look at the inside defensive back. He's playing him inside out. And your outside receiver at the top of the screen's got all kinds of room here.
7:28 to go in the game. 3rd down 2. Gigantic play for Cleveland Heights defense right here. Clock starts running again. Pappas calls for it. Grit. Nothing. Wow. Shot the gap big time. Makai Webb. It's interesting about Makai Webb, who's a middle linebacker, who hasn't always been the middle linebacker. Owen Bisker, who's Cleveland Heights is one of their go-to guys on offense. He led the team in tackles until a few weeks ago, and they decided, let's just put him on offense, and Webb was the guy that took his place. 4th down 2. 4th down and 2.
Coach Kyle's going to be conservative here. He's going to make them go the length of the field.
Here comes the punt.
Good punt. Short pooch punt.
Oh, wow.
Good
Perfect
punt.
And St. Ignatius will stop it at the 15.
Well, this drive is the ball game right here, Andy, because unless, again, a big play breaks off in a hurry.
I would have said something like that in the first half. I'm not saying that about any play right now.
Well, again, I think Ignatius has gotten a little bit more conservative at the second level defensively.
These two teams at number 4.
But the speed that Heights has, they can break one off at any second.
Again, I was saying about that defensive change, and then you get that huge play by Makai Webb. He's a junior.
1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Dominic Ferentz, 74, the right tackle. He's popped a few ones here to help out the running backs for Cleveland Heights. Sorry, Dominic Ferentz plays for Ignatius.
Yep.
From the Ferentz family, you're very happy that I just said.
Timeout. Cleveland Heights, that's their first timeout.
Well, Heights' look there was definitely a running look. They had one single receiver at the top of the field.
That's going to be their first.
You're going to see some type of a counter or something inside on that.
After 1 quarter, it was Cleveland Heights 21, St. Ignatius 14. At halftime, it was Cleveland Heights 42-14.
Trending now
After
on
3
Twitter.
quarters, it was Cleveland Heights 42-35.
Cleveland Heights versus St. Ignatius.
And then Ignatius came
And
all
Tiger
the way back
Dogs.
to tie this thing up at 42. 6:32 to go in the game. What a great game here at Cleveland Heights.
An instant classic tonight.
Yes.
Instant
Breaking
classic.
news, football fans. Breaking news. There's pizza for $2. Visit the concession stand.
First down,
Pizza
10 for
is
Cleveland
on
Heights.
Oh, they
sale.
jumped. Heights jumped again. Oh, my goodness.
They're pointing the other way. Let's see how they play this.
No, I don't know. St. Ignatius shifted down, and I saw the tight end jump on the line of scrimmage. Let's see which way they call it.
Dead ball. False start. Offense.
Yep.
Cleveland
Number
Heights.
58.
Do you teach your kids that to always point the other way, though, on everything?
Of course you do.
Of course.
Still first down for the Tigers.
So now it's first down 15. 6:32 to go in the game. I'll keep you on the clock. 6:32, first down 15. Fair will keep it. Fans on this side looking for the face mask. Back to the 15.
Well, I tell you what, if they can see a face mask from 50, 60 yards away, God love them.
I did see the hand up. I didn't, how are you going to call it? The fans know everything. You know that. The
Face
best
mask.
officials in the world are all sitting right in front
5
of the
yard
face.
penalty from the end of the run.
There you go.
First down.
They were right.
Okay,
There's your 5 yards back.
final score
Fans
again
hit on
from
first.
Northeast Ohio. Massillon 34, Canal Winchester nothing. And the note I'm getting here is Nate Moore passes Paul Brown as the winningest coach in Massillon history.
How about that? Congratulations. 6:22 to go. Fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot there.
I'm just amazed again. Ignatius linebackers are doing a much better job 2 to 3 yards downfield than they were early on.
Stop and play.
I think there's going to be an issue with the chains.
Yeah, it looked like they weren't. I don't know if they didn't set him or they
No,
didn't. I mean, the
it-
scoreboard says second down 15. The sticks say first down.
I think that was a first down play.
Then again, it also, the scoreboard says the ball's on the 39-yard line too, so.
Everybody's getting caught up in the game, Andy.
They are. I think everyone's watching. Okay, so the sticks are moving back. Yeah. So the line of scrimmage sticks. I had to move back. The original line of scrimmage stick.
But you know, they ran the play. They ran the play, so I don't know if you
It's
can nullify the play.
It looks like second down and short, or second down like 3 or 4.
Second down for the
Second down 3, so that's right,
Tigers.
second down 3. Heights again on the carry. Bisker.
He didn't get it. It's
He'll
third.
get to the 25.
I think it's third. Depends on the spot. Third and real short. Now, if you're Ignatius, be smart. If they load up everybody on the line of scrimmage and Cleveland Heights breaks the plane, there could be a problem.
Clock moving. Third. It's first down.
Okay.
He got it. First down for Cleveland Heights. 5:49 to go. Davis. Moving. Finally brought down.
That tackle was
John
by
Lezick.
I'm trying to watch where the head linesman is standing when the ball is stopped, and the spots aren't always on his feet.
number
So
5.
Clock ticking. 5:23, 5:22.
John
Second down,
Lezick.
8.
And number 23.
I just don't see a slow Cleveland Heights drive here. The runs they've been able to have, they've been able to break big holes. Heights will drop back to pass. Up in the air. Oh my!
What a
What
catch!
a catch by John Gordon!
What a
Did
catch!
you see that, Coach? Oh my!
What a catch! Extended his arms all the way out, totally extended his body out, and made a phenomenal catch at the 40-yard line.
Yoga Master. Good.
Boy, that's one of the plays of the night.
First down.
First down for Cleveland Heights.
Now they've got a little bit more room to work.
Wow, I mean, he caught that thing with his fingertips, and maybe
Sure
one
did.
or 2 fingertips. It wasn't like they were all there. 4:35 to go. What a catch. Game tied at 42.
Ignatius back with 6 men right up front. They got to be careful here.
4:25. Heights, Bisker.
That's
Bisker to the
what-
outside, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, and we have a flag
Flag on the
at the
field.
15.
So, Andy, right before the play, you heard me say they got 6 men on the line of scrimmage. They got to be careful here.
Right.
Again, he gets to that second level, and all of a sudden there's nobody there. And that's how he breaks it off for 30 and 35 yards.
Holding. Offense.
Oh,
Number 13.
coming
10
back.
yards from the spot. Still results in a first down, 1st and 10.
So the holding was at the end of the play.
It's what they call the basic spot.
Yeah.
So he had already achieved the first down.
All right, so that'll bring up first down and 10 for Cleveland Heights.
First down.
I tell you one thing Heights is doing, they're eating up a lot of clock here.
And
Fourth
the
15.
run was by number 24, Owen.
On the 26-yard line of St. Ignatius. Heights will run again. Well, whatever swagger Cleveland Heights had early on,
They
the
got it
running
back.
attack, they figured it out.
Yeah,
Leonardo.
they're doing a great job of just putting together a drive here. And
And
going
the
back to
run was
what
by
didn't form in the
number
first
2,
half.
Carry on in.
And the clock is still rolling.
Second
This-
down for the Tigers.
Whether Heights scores or not, this is going to be a fantastic finish.
Absolutely.
3:45 to go, 3:44. Second down 10. Heights will push the ball down to the
And off
15-yard line.
number 1, Marquise Duval. Davis.
Chains will
Keep
move.
those chains moving, crew. First down.
Clock restarts. 3:26, 3:25, 3:24.
Tigers.
What a seesaw of emotions we've had here at Cedar and Lee. Fair under center. 3:05 to go. Handoff. Bisker. The senior.
Believe it or not, I think this actually makes it a little easier for Ignatius right now. Heights isn't going to throw the football, or at least we haven't seen them throw it much. So now Ignatius can really put extra people in the box at both levels, right at the line of scrimmage and a couple yards back to try to stop the running game. That's what Heights is going to do here.
2:40
2 minutes.
to go. Clock running. .230. 2:29, 28. Handoff. Bisker taken down. Kick a field goal if you're Heights here? If you get
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, if you get in this deep and you got a chance to get 3, you better put it on the board.
46.
Third down.
Ryan Ardog.
2 minutes to go in the game. Clock running.
Ardog.
Inside 2 minutes now. Heights will take their time. Third down. Third and about 5. Heights will carry again. Sweep. Jet sweep.
Nope, he's short.
Short of the first down. Oh, wow. What a great play defensively by St. Ignatius to
Well,
stop
they're gonna
not
take-
only a first down, but the touchdown.
They're going to take a timeout to think about it.
Timeout, St. Ignatius.
St.
That's your
Ignatius
first
takes the
yard
timeout.
Timeout. Wildcats.
1:33.
That could as well be that if Heights scores, this will give them a little extra time to move the ball down the field.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. At least that's what it says on the scoreboard, which I don't know that I 100% trust at this point. Again, the Ohio High School Athletic Association State Championships return to Canton and Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Join Spectrum News 1, your exclusive home of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Championships, beginning Thursday, December 1st, for coverage of all 7 title games through Saturday, December 30th. It's all on Spectrum News 1, your home for high school sports.
All right.
This could be the biggest play in Cleveland Heights High School football history. 4th down 1, 1:33.
Oh, I
Keeper,
don't know that he
fair.
got
I
it.
don't know that he got it
I don't know
either.
that he got it.
St. Ignatius
Oh, wait a
saying
minute.
no. Let's see where the spot
Yeah,
is.
it looks like the spot is on the 5-yard line. If the spot is there, he got a first down.
We'll wait.
If the spot was where the head linesman came in, he got a first down.
Timeout for a measurement.
Oh,
boy.
they're going to measure. Wow. High drama at Crawford Field. Game tied at 42, 1:27 to go. Heights goes for it on 4th and 1. They will measure.
I'm just looking at the positioning of the sticks. I can't see the nose of the ball from here.
Neither one of us can.
And it looks like the positioning of the sticks was about a half a yard outside of the 15-yard line. If that's the case, it's a first down.
We'll wait.
Yep.
First down, Heights.
Now, here's a problem.
Max Politsky thought it went the other way.
Andy,
What's the problem?
here's a problem here. If you're Ignatius, you let them score because you may not have any time left if they run a couple of plays.
Wow, this will be interesting. Chuck Kyle retiring at the end of the year. Got to make a big decision right here. Heights gets in the end zone.
All right.
Darian Fair, the keeper. His 4th touchdown of the night. Heights had been held scoreless in the second half. That's his 4th.
Touchdown was by number 2.
Huge drive by Cleveland Heights. Huge drive by Cleveland Heights.
That catch, that fingertip catch.
That was the play of the game. So,
Gabe McKay, extra point, gigantic, and he makes it.
The kick is up. The kick is good.
49-42, Cleveland Heights.
With
I'm not trying to be dramatic about Cleveland Heights. They've never won 2 playoff games in the history of this school.
this is huge. And again, that was a real statement drive by Cleveland Heights. You know, everything else that had happened in the second half, they put it behind them and moved the ball down the field with a huge catch on that play. Hey, a couple other scores here, sir, but 28 unanswered points by Hudson, 34-7. They're up on top of Walsh. Medina 35, Wadsworth 35 in the second half, and Minner leads McKinley 13-7. Andy, I got to give a shout out to my son Alex, who's feeding me the scores here via text tonight.
Of Massillon and St. Ed's.
Well, here's where this 2-minute offense is going to come about.
I'm going to let you call every play before it happens because you watched this yesterday.
It's automatic on the field. They make the calls based on what's out there. They'll call 2 or 3 patterns before they line up based on the position of where the ball is on the field.
St. Ignatius will get the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
He's already got 1 run back tonight. He'll get the ball. That's Haddad. Haddad to the 30.
Oh, my
Haddad
goodness.
To the 20.
He ran it back.
All the way into the end zone.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Now.
2 or 1.
You go 1 because you've got an incredible kicker and you've had the momentum in the second half. I go for 1. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing.
Oh, I was so excited. I want to apologize to the Ritt family. Max Ritt, way to go with a big touchdown run. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That's 2 tonight, Haddad and Ritt. Oh, wow.
Is Heights going to call a timeout and freeze him?
St. Ignatius.
Oh, it's Ignatius.
Ignatius calls it.
Oh, don't even think about going for 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Max Ritt.
Well,
you know, I go back to that story in the beginning of the game, too, where we talk about Owen Bisker from Cleveland Heights. We talk about Max Ritt from St. Ignatius and Will Robinson. Those are 3 guys that all grew up together on different sides of the ball tonight. Ritt comes up with a, can you imagine what was going through his mind as he was running down the field?
yeah.
And?
Don't get caught. Go. Just go. I can imagine what was going through the coach's mind.
Oh,
Don't get caught. Go.
What a football
Nothing
game.
like a, well, I'll wait. I'm not going to say it yet.
Nope. This has got to be routine.
Wow. 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 I have no other words for what we've experienced. I mean, we're talking about a game with almost 100 points.
Yep.
Wildcat fans, Tiger Nation.
Oh, look at this, my friend.
Oh, he's going for it. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
is.
Oh, my goodness.
Ignatius going for the glory.
He did it! Oh, my
conversion.
goodness. I tell you what, that's why he's Chuck Kyle, and that's why you and I are up here. That's why he is the legend that he is.
Brandon Webster.
I would not coach, or Andy, I wouldn't have had the guts for that one.
Number 7, Brandon Webster.
What a comeback. But
50.
It's not over yet.
Cleveland Heights Tigers 49.
Wow.
Wow. Chuck Kyle goes for 2.
Wow. I'm going to tell you what.
We're not going to overtime. Chico is and always will be the man.
I'm going to tell you what. That's a legend. He's a legend. And making that decision, you know what he probably said? Hey, if I'm going out, I'm going to go out on top. I'm going to go out making the gutsy call. Nobody's going to say I don't have the guts to do it. That's just an amazing call, an amazing performance. But we talked earlier about their ability to throw the football, especially the short routes. And if you've got a good 2-minute offense, and you always have good 2-minute plays and things like that.
Let's go back and talk about that other conversation we talked about, right? Special teams. You brought that up. You talked to Chuck Kyle yesterday.
Do it all.
I watched them yesterday for almost an hour go through just special teams. Practice every scenario. Every scenario. And there it is. Now.
This will be the first time Ignatius doesn't kick it through the end zone either, too. Heights will pick up the ball at the 5.
They got to make a tackle, though.
And brought down at the 15.
Oh, my.
St. Ignatius trailed the entire game. They were down 42-14 at the break.
Unbelievable. Andy, we said it early in that this is an instant classic.
Wow. And all I'll remember is Max Ritt had the big play. Had that long run back in the first half. Then he got hurt. Remember, he got in that.
Yes.
So they had switched out, and Ritt became the kick returner on that. So I do apologize for that, but that doesn't change the game, and that doesn't change who got into the end zone. 56 seconds to go.
Okay, again, talk about special teams. Not 1, but 2 kickoff returns for touchdown.
Right.
2. Okay, Heights trips here to the actually quad receivers.
Heights won a game last year at home on a scoop and
scoop.
It's tipped.
Tipped, almost picked off.
I don't know if Cleveland Heights has 2 timeouts left. And putting Heights in a passing situation is not where they want to be.
No, I mean, and again, their offense all night has been running the football, but Ignatius is not going to let them, you know, boy, they got to really, they got to sit and play them at that 10 and 15-yard spot. It's very difficult.
Ignatius takes their last time out.
Oh, my God.
The clock had stopped. All I know is we've seen 99 points tonight. I'm out of ink. And I think I've had 4 heart attacks throughout this game. It has been such a great game, so exciting. We appreciate everybody watching on Spectrum Stream.
Andy, I'm getting a score here. Major upset tonight in the high school playoffs.
Yep.
Akron St. Vincent St. Mary 21, Austintown Fitch 14.
Wow.
That is a huge upset. All right, what are we thinking here? Don't get beat deep. Get enough pressure on the quarterback to make him hurry the ball, but don't get beat deep.
Fair. Up in the air. Fair, long.
And he's beat.
Fair. Oh. John Gordon was there at midfield.
Now it's 3rd and 10. Now you got a problem.
Heights has 2 timeouts. They've been effective running. I just don't see Heights throwing the ball down the field.
But see, the problem is, if you only throw it 15 or 20 yards, you're not getting enough yardage down the field with only 45 seconds to go.
But you're going to get the clock to stop when the chains move. So if you can throw it down.
And here's the situation, though. Have you worked on, do you have a 2-minute offense?
Has Cleveland Heights?
Yes.
They've had so many blowout wins this year. That's an interesting point. Cleveland Heights with 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen.
They can't let this guy take off and run, though, either. That's
44 seconds.
Notice their linebackers just shadowing him. See?
Yep.
You know, the linebackers.
Fair picks up 5. Heights will take a timeout with 37 seconds to go.
The linebackers weren't even dropping in coverage. They were just spying him a couple of yards off the ball, watching to see if he breaks free trying to run.
Tackle by the Wildcats, number 34, Will Robinson.
Well, you got your money's worth on this one.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, hats off to both teams, both coaching staffs, for a well-played, well-executed football game. The Heights fans, I think, are stunned, Andy. When Ritt was running that ball back, they were stunned in the stands here.
What a run. What a run.
Because he almost got stopped at the 40. He made a cutback to get the last 35 yards.
All right, here we go. St. Ignatius took the lead with 1 minute and 1 second to go. Gutsy call
Fourth down,
to go for 2 by Chuck Kyle. 37 seconds to go. Fair. Back to pass. Incomplete. St. Ignatius will move on. St. Ignatius, the amazing comeback tonight.
You know what?
13.
Wow.
I don't care how many wins the guy has. This has to rank as one of the most incredible wins in Chico Kyle's career.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you, yesterday when I talked to him, I asked him, what are you going to remember about all this? It wasn't, he said to me, Mark, it's not about the wins, it's not about the losses, it's about my relationship with the kids and what they've done for me. And you know what? How can you not just look at a guy like that and say, this is what a high school coach is all about? That's what he's all about. And that's why he is the legend that he is. Hats off to you tonight, Coach Kyle and St. Ignatius coaching staff, but also to Cleveland Heights' staff.
Well, Max Stevens has just done an
he's done
amazing job with this program. The kids he's journeying, I mean, we're talking about kids going to Ivy League schools. We're talking about what he has done for the folks here at Cleveland Heights and how they've turned this program around, and how Max Stevens, you know, he loves every one of these kids, and it's heartbreak for the black and gold tonight as the clock ticks towards 0. It's at 21 seconds right now.
And again, talking about Chuck Kyle, he said that to me yesterday. What a great job Max Stevens has done getting this program back to where it's supposed to be. What a fine coach he is.
Coach, final thought as the clock hits 0, 50-49. St. Ignatius led for 61 seconds in this game. 61 seconds. And an all-important 2-point conversion after a kickoff
Tigers,
return.
49.
Gives St. Ignatius the win, and they
St.
will
Ignatius
move on
Wildcats, 50.
in the playoffs. Coach,
St.
final
Ignatius
thoughts.
will
Just an
advance
incredible game.
to the
And
Sweet 16.
you asked me
and
at the start of the second half,
the St.
if I was
Edwards
Coach Kyle, what do I
Eagles.
say? Chip away.
Tiger
patient.
Nation, let's make some noise for these boys.
That's what they did.
And you also
For an
said the next 4
absolutely
wins, even though St.
amazing
Ignatius
effort.
went down.
I'm going to credit that to